Well, welcome in, everybody, to Fox 10 Talks. How you doing, Jasmin?
I'm good.
We have to start off here with a little bit of sad news right out of the gate.
I know.
So we started doing Fox 10 Talks at 3 p.m. on Tuesdays, this very specific time slot for us to be able to do this together.
I know.
The goal of it was that you are in charge of our news desk, so you know everything that comes in the building. So I thought this was great for us to do this together. We've now been doing it for 6 weeks, I believe.
I think I've been on twice.
Twice? Due to a million scheduling conflicts. Because here's the thing. When you're someone who's in charge of the whole newsroom,
I'm a busy gal.
You're very busy, too.
I am.
So because of that, this is also your last one,
I'm
right?
signing off for the final time, everyone. It was a good 2-3 episode run. But I'm leaving you in great hands, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't really know.
But they're going to be great.
Whoever it is, they will be fantastic.
Sure.
I really enjoyed doing this with you all 2 times and looking forward to this 3rd time here. What I would say, too, is you've been a fantastic part of our newsroom. I have known you from the beginning, Jasmin. Mm-hmm. She's still a part of the team. Yeah, you'll still be here. And you'll still fill in from time to time, I'm sure. Well, yeah, absolutely. We'll make that happen. Yeah. But we started on the weekends together here.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, years ago.
Yeah. 2018 was I started here.
Oh, you started before me then.
Uh-huh.
Oh, got it. But yeah, we were the weekend kids for a while there.
Yeah.
And now look,
we're weeks.
Now look at us. I'm still weekends, and you're in charge of our newsroom.
You're like a big bag of anchor on the weekend.
Oh yeah. So important. All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about some of the things trending. What do we got going on? What are the big stories?
This story is nuts. Rio Verde, Arizona, MCSO, Maricopa County Sheriffs, rescued over 50 exotic animals over the weekend.
50 of them.
50. And I'm not talking about dogs and cats, which we usually report on. Mm-hmm. This is camels, a zebra, peacocks, and other exotic animals.
Interesting.
Isn't that nuts?
A zebra.
A zebra.
Is that legal?
And a camel. Apparently, this was all legal. This was a farm that was well known in the neighborhood. They were well taken care of up until recently. So MCSO is investigating. Neighbors are curious because they were well taken care of.
And then something happened. So they're saying these were bad conditions now that these...
Recently, a welfare check was called, and that's why they went this weekend, because they had no water. It's really hot outside. So they took over 2,000 gallons of water to help these animals. They've now been pulled from that location and are at the vet and being treated.
This creates an interesting logistical problem for them, though, because when it is dogs and cats... Yeah. There are so many different groups that they know, okay, we've rescued $25 from the situation. Let's call this group. We know they'll take in the dogs and they'll do this. Who's the zebra guy you call?
A zebra. Yeah.
Who's the camel guy?
Yeah. So I was curious too.
Does the Humane Society take in camels? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think they do. I've never seen a camel at AHS.
No. I know that sheriffs has like what they call a MASH unit that we're getting a look at, and that's where they take some of these animals to. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if that entails the zebra and the camels and the peacocks.
Speaking about the peacocks, an interesting thing that happened to me, I went out during the California wildfires out in January. And I was in the Pasadena, part of the Altadena fire that was out there. And there were all of these peacocks running around, which was, I didn't know anything about this. So that was very shocking. I was putting out posts on Twitter or X or whatever. And all of a sudden I got this flood of responses from locals saying these are known peacocks in the area. And they were excited to see that the peacocks had survived. And not only are there so many peacocks in Pasadena, there were people telling me that they were like a nuisance bird in the area. Really? That's cool. I didn't know that. So apparently there's just wild peacocks in Pasadena. I have no idea what like the native lands of peacocks are. Are they an American bird? I have no idea.
I have no idea, but there's a neighborhood in Phoenix or like right off Thomas that has chickens that run free. So I think I'd prefer peacocks over chickens. Chickens get me a little nervous. They'll peck you, I think.
They will. I don't know about peacocks. They were terrified of me. Granted, they had just survived a horrible situation, but they were sprinting in the other direction.
I feel like they're aggressive, but I might be making that up. Known to be.
I had heard about zebras being aggressive too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just curious because we've worked with Game and Fish before, and they have like this lengthy process for you to just adopt a turtle, like a
I just love you getting us back on track like that
let's
there.
Go back. So I'm curious to see how this person or this place was able to have camels and peacocks and zebra just willy-nilly, because it's such
and then what happened? What happened to those conditions? If they were in okay conditions, if it was known that they had these here, theoretically they applied if it was legal.
Right. So from what I think I remember Nicole mentioning, who has been working this story, neighbors knew the man who cared for the farmer who cared for these animals, and there was employees still there this weekend.
Got it.
But we don't know if they stopped getting paid, if, gosh forbid,
Who
something
knows?
happened to this man. Yeah, so we're waiting to hear more on that. But that's been quite the talker in the newsroom, because you never really report on zebras here.
No.
Besides the zoo.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
What else we got going on?
Well, this one was a fun talker. We're both parents. And so I think this is fun for us. Fun, maybe? I don't know. Male contraceptive pill has been found to be safe after some trials. So as a woman, I think this is fun, and I think it's interesting, because take some burden off of us. Throw it on you guys.
So is it just... it's a dangerous conversation right now.
I know.
So is it just like a pill, like a daily pill?
It's a pill that men can take daily, yes. It reversibly decreases the sperm count, has been found safe. And yeah, you just pop it at the same time each day, similar to what women do.
And I think this is funny video we have playing right now, just people holding hands, walking around, just talking about this. What I think is interesting about this is I know that, speaking to just women I know in life, one of the issues with the birth control pill is having to take it at the same time every day. I know so many people that have an alarm on their phone that goes off to be able to take that at that same time. I don't know if I have any male friends that you could trust to reliably do that at the same exact time every day.
My husband forgets everything that happened the day before, so I don't know that I would trust him to remember to take this and put our whole lives in his hands. So I don't know. Interesting though, but definitely something new and, something to look at. I'm also curious to see if there's more health benefits to getting like a vasectomy compared to this. Those are reversible. So is this something, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it develops.
There's a lot of doctors that'll say it's not reversible, those vasectomies though. So it all depends on who you talk to and what that surgery is and how that looks like. I'm not a doctor in this, so I'm not weighing in on that, but you're right. There is a lot of different health things to consider.
For sure.
Also, I know with birth control, it messes with hormones too. So I know that there are a lot of people that have tried different tactics at birth control, a lot of women that have tried different tactics at it because of the concern of how it's affected hormones.
I giggle because I think it's about time you men had some sort of something in your lives. We make the kids, we take care of the kids. So mess with your hormones a little.
We have the burden of hold on, it's coming to me.
Taking out the trash.
I had to do that today.
Ugh. That's a blue job. We have blue jobs and pink jobs, and that's a blue job.
That's a blue job in the house.
That's at my house.
It's funny. Yesterday, a blue job in our house, now that I'm going to adopt that term, is mowing the lawn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. That's one I've been needing to do for a little bit, and I've got Thursday off, and it was discussed last night in the house that, boy, that's got to be something that gets done on Thursday.
Yes.
Blue jobs and pink jobs.
Yeah, definitely a talker, definitely interesting.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk to someone when they start taking it, see how they feel. But
does it mess with the hormones? On the male side as well?
It didn't say. They were doing trials. It's not out for purchase yet. But they haven't seen side effects with this trial that they've done with these 16 men. Everyone's healthy, everyone's fine. So hopefully we see it out in the world soon.
I could see someone trusting their partner, right? Like trusting that their partner, and this is a decision they've made together. I don't know if I trust the average male out there. Just put it out there. Just put it out there.
I
know. What else we got going on?
This one's
I want to
favorite.
change topics right now.
This one's my favorite. Gabbo. I've talked to you about Gabbo.
I don't get this thing. So, did you get a Gabbo?
So we were talking about it earlier today, and I've been talking about it for weeks now. So I bit the bullet. Is that how you say it? And I purchased Gabbo. Gabbo is a toy for toddlers. starting at age 3. I have a 16-month-old, so he's not quite ready for Gabo.
But you purchased it.
But I purchased it because it's been just at top of mind. I saw it on social media, and I just think in this new world, I use ChatGPT and AI for so much. I'm curious to see how it plays into parenting.
What is it?
It's a toy, and you can talk to Gabo. You can teach him, like, my son's name is Austin. Austin loves dinosaurs. Austin loves dogs. He can tell him stories specifically related to dogs and dinos. I'll show you Gabo here if you can zoom in. Our crew, I don't know if they can.
Oh, you can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
So is it a plush toy?
It's a plush toy, and then you talk to him, and then he talks back to the kid. So he'll be like, Austin, would you like to hear a story about dinosaurs and dogs? And so it's kind of interesting because
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, parents are nervous that it'll take over the world, take over the house. But
could it be hacked? I don't know.
According to the company, their safety's top priority.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Does it? I feel like I saw something on that. Like it does like social emotional learning too. Like,
yeah.
Like you can go to Gabo with a problem, and Gabo will talk you through a problem.
Like, children's terms. So I might not be the best to go to, right? I might not know, but he can be like, Steve didn't want to share today. I'm really sad. And Gabo will be like, well, next time Steve doesn't want to share, try XYZ. And then talk him through the conflict.
That is putting a lot of parenting trust in a little tiny plush
I know. I don't want to
device.
sound lazy. I'm just researching. I'm not going to just give my child to Gabo.
It's for news.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this, I mean, it's the fact that AI and these devices are in so many kids' hands now as we're figuring. I mean, we keep talking about like the adult real world job implications. I know my kids, they're not allowed to talk to, and I'm going to spell it out so it doesn't set anybody's off, Alexa. I just don't want to set it off in your house right now.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to talk to her.
That's smart.
Because one time she asked if we wanted to sign up for a music package because we asked to play some Backstreet Boys song. And my son, before we could say anything, yes.
Oh, no.
And we kept screaming no right after,
Yeah.
still signed us up for it.
They make you like log into a computer and
Yeah.
I wondered how I would approach that because my son knows who she is because we use her to play music. Yeah. But I'm like, when he starts talking, what am I going to do? So that's smart. Yeah. No talking to her.
Just you're not allowed to talk to her.
No, but Gabo, we'll see.
And by the way, just because that rule exists in our house doesn't mean it's followed. All right, so we're going to take a quick break right now. Coming up, though, really excited about this. We're going to talk to the guy who has spearheaded what is going on in Santan today. They've got to vote to become incorporated, to become a town, to have control over their own destiny. So we're going to talk to the guy who's spearheading it right when we come back.
Sounds good.
Oh, welcome back into Fox 10 Talks. Quick little shout out here on the text, what we got going on the live chat here. Dave Brousseau, loving it, man. You're bringing it.
You made us giggle.
He said he has a dwarf crocodile. I don't know what that is, but that sounds...
Bring it into the studio.
No, what?
For your next show that I won't be here for.
Jasmin, where did those words just come from? No, do not bring it into the studio. Security will have a fit.
That's true.
I'll tell you this, crocodile any size, my worst enemy.
Really?
You don't find crocodiles terrifying?
I guess, but it's not like, oh, I automatically think of things I'm scared of. Crocodile. Birds? Terrifying.
You're not one of those people.
I am. Oh
You're a
God.
bird person?
Yeah.
What bird
so
in particular?
Scary. All of them.
All of them.
Walking outside to my car is just the pigeons in the parking lot that live there. Oh my
We
God.
got to talk about that. What happened? Why are there so many pigeons in the parking lot?
I don't know, but we have a cat that lives in our parking lot that was supposed to take care of that problem, and she or he is not doing its
The
job.
cat not only not taking care of the problem, we have more pigeons since the cat has come. Oh, the cat's been adopted? Is the cat not there anymore?
Oh, I haven't noticed.
Oh.
Well, but the cat was there, and the birds were there.
Mhm.
So it's not like they've come because the cat's gone. Anywho.
Anyways, that's a little bit of inside talk for anyone who's ever visited the Fox 10 studios before. All right, so we want to get to this next segment here. Pretty excited to talk to Tyler Hudgins. He's joining us over Zoom right now. A busy day for Tyler. I think a busy stretch for you. First off, how you doing?
We're doing great. It's been a busy day, back to back all day today.
Fantastic. So Tyler is the guy who's been spearheading this move in Santan to turn this unincorporated area into, would it be a city or a town?
It would be a town.
Be a town. This is so interesting because I had no clue how many people lived in Santan. 100,000 people. Is that right?
That's correct. We are larger than Queen Creek in population.
Did I hear or read that they're larger than Flagstaff as well, or did I make that up?
I don't know the population of Flagstaff, but I'm assuming yes.
Someone tossed that out in the newsroom, and that was a little crazy to me too, because you just think Flagstaff.
It's like one of the three major cities, yeah.
Of our...
Yeah, Queen Creek's like 70,000 people. We're over 100.
That's wild. So, what's on the vote today for Santan residents is to vote whether or not to incorporate themselves to be able to become their own town. It's a complicated question. I think this has been more contentious than I thought it would be, Tyler. I don't know about you, but there's been a lot of questions about what all of this looks like tax-wise, things like that. So give me sort of your sales pitch right now, Tyler. Why should you guys become a town?
Yeah, this has been in the works for over 15 years. Several incorporation attempts have attempted to incorporate this area, and all of them have failed before they've been able to get to a vote. Outside interest prevented that from being able to happen, and this is the first time that incorporation has gone to a vote where the citizens themselves get to decide our own future. And when we set out to do this, we knew that our goal was to give the residents a choice to be able to decide their future. And so we think this is vital for this area. There's so many issues that are plaguing this area. The county is the size of Connecticut. They were never set up to manage an area of 100,000 people that should be a city. And so we want to be able to move that forward. And we think being unincorporated is the most wasteful and inefficient use of taxpayer money. Every year, millions of dollars of Santan Valley residents' taxpayer money goes to fund the other 91 cities and towns throughout our state, funding their roads and their neighborhoods. We want those dollars to come back here to address some of the issues at home.
How would that work, though? I mean, by becoming incorporated, does the way the taxes are spent change, or is there just a new tax now that would be affecting Santan residents?
Yeah, so right now, the residents pay their state income tax, their state sales tax, their gas tax, and their vehicle license tax. Those dollars go into what's called the Arizona State Shared Revenue Fund, and then that gets distributed to the municipalities throughout the state. And because we're not incorporated, those dollars aren't coming directly here. If we incorporate, those dollars will automatically go into the coffers of the new town to be spent here locally.
Well, that's interesting. Would there be new taxes, though?
So, property taxes could not be implemented by a town council. A council could send that to a vote, and the residents themselves would have to decide to tax themselves. That's very unlikely. Most municipalities operate on sales tax. And our argument with sales tax is you're already paying it when you have to drive to Queen Creek to go to their grocery stores and their restaurants because we don't have enough here. And so people are spending those dollars elsewhere and they're not coming here.
For safety too, I was seeing that they would get a fire department and a police force. Queen Creek would be the closest fire and police department right now?
Yeah, so Queen Creek has fire and police. The future town leaders would have to decide what they're going to do with police and fire. Most likely situation is doing an intergovernmental agreement with the sheriff's department to continue police. And then with Rural Metro, they just put out a press release last week that they are prepared to negotiate a contract to provide 100% coverage to all residents in Santan Valley. Currently, you have to pay a subscription and it's expensive. And if you don't have a subscription, they'll put out the fire, but they're going to send you a very massive bill.
So I got to get back to the taxes thing because I think that's the most interesting thing. It's been the biggest pushback against you. So I want to be clear. You're saying you say yes to incorporation today, and yes wins the vote. No new taxes will come from that. There won't be anything created from that. Now, in the future, the residents can increase their taxes if they so choose, but this vote doesn't create a new tax.
Incorporation does not create a new tax. It brings tax dollars back home. And then a future council could vote to pass a sales tax. And in our view, you're already paying that.
So Santan famously, and I think this has been one of your chief arguments, is basically just a stretch of houses. There's not a lot to do in Santan if you're not from Santan. I mean, it's where you live, and then you go to other places. What could change as far as zoning? What could change as far as creating like a Main Street vibe? Like, how do you, just because you're incorporated, does that allow you to start to do that? Can you create new zoning that way, or is Santan what it is?
Yeah, we would be able to do all kinds of things. There's a lot of opportunities in the future. One thing that happened, we were originally going for the November 2024 election. We had to pivot to give the state land department and Pinal County time to work out a deal on about 3,200 acres that's in the middle of our map. That's currently state land and it's agriculture, farmland. And so those pieces of land, we had to work out a deal to include that in our map. And we delayed our effort to the August election so that they could finish that deal so that we can include that land in our map. And we felt that was important because that's a future site for a lot of commercial mixed-use development, a downtown area where residents can stay here locally and not have to go outside the boundaries just to go get their needs commercially. And so we included that and delayed the election because it's more important to us to do this right and to do it well and to set the future leaders up for success because we want to have a good commercial tax base and a good industrial tax base.
What do you say to someone who moved to Santan Valley specifically because it was an unincorporated? Now, maybe not in this election, but in coming, their taxes could go up, their style of living could change. And now...
Yeah, I totally empathize with that person that has that view. Unfortunately, Santan Valley is no longer a rural area. It hasn't been for a while, and it's definitely not going to be in the future. At 100,000 residents, we are an urbanized community, and they're expecting growth to be at 320,000 residents for this area. The area is changing whether we like it or not. And we can either continue to have random development everywhere and growth and not control it at all, or we can put together through incorporation a master plan to guide this area and to develop it out in the right way.
Are you running for mayor of Santan Valley?
So we have a lot of opportunities, my wife and I in front of us that we're currently praying through and trying to decide. I'm a pastoral resident. Our heart is to church plant, isn't necessarily to do this. The whole reason my family is doing this and we've stepped into this is to love our neighbors. We have seen an area that has been far overlooked for too long. and we wanted to step in to make sure that that changes and to love our community.
I didn't hear the word no, Jasmine. Did you?
No.
No.
Very
It's a good politician answer, Tyler.
It's an option, but there's many options. So
Yeah, no, I got you. Sounds good. Well, hey, thanks so much for coming in and talking to us. I want to get out there. The vote is going on right now. It's your last chance to vote if you're a Santan resident. How long will the polls be open today?
The polls will be open till 7 p.m. We're having an election night party at the Copper Basin Rural Metro Fire Station. Doors will open at 7. We expect results to come in just after 8.
Cool. Just after 8. Sounds good. Rural Metro.
great.
Sounds good. We'll have that coverage for you tonight, 9 and 10 o'clock here on Fox 10. Tyler, appreciate you joining us today, talking about it. I think there's a lot of questions about all of this, especially as you hounded you on the tax component of this very much. So appreciate you talking to us today.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Interesting stuff, Jasmin.
Yeah, definitely.
Great to talk with him there. I wanted to get to you to talk about my story that I'm working on today, though, before we go to break, because I thought this was really cool. So this is going to be airing 5 o'clock, pretty much close to the top of the show today. It's about a local company that nobody's really heard of. Yeah. I mean, I've talked about this with so many people. Nobody's heard of this. And they have created this essentially incredible product that it's they're very specific on how it's able to stop many bullets in many cases that they can put into a police officer's cruiser door. So those cruisers, it can fill up almost the entire door. Okay. So now it's not like the movies where you shoot a gun at a cop door and it stops it.
Yeah,
Your car door can't do that.
No.
So now they can do that. That's one of the things they do. But they've created this film that you can put over windows. You can put it over school windows, things like that. Yeah. And their thickest one, their toughest one they have, you still can see through it just fine. It's like it's not even there. Yeah. And in some cases, it can catch bullets, but also it makes it really hard to break it down. So if you can take a bat to that thing and it's going to stay there, you can't just enter the school after you break down the window.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear more at 5.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Really interesting guy who started this company. He's passionate about the fact that the reason he started this is because he just wants to save lives. Yep. That's his whole goal here. And you get that vibe when you talk to him, how important he is. So we'll have that coming up 5 o'clock. Jasmin, this was great. We're going to continue with the show after the show.
I'm out.
When we come right back, we'll still get our final goodbye. No. You stay here. We'll get our final goodbye in just a second.
Got it.
You tried to say goodbye to us, Jasmine.
I know.
I didn't allow
I
it.
was ready to run away.
I didn't allow it because it's not a goodbye. First,
No.
we work together,
For sure.
like hand in hand all day, every day.
Yeah.
But also, you'll be back on.
I'll be here.
You'll
Yeah.
be back on.
I'm going to bring Gabo in when I get him.
No.
No.
I don't want Gabo to
I'm gonna
learn
say,
about me.
Steve likes this. Steve likes this. He needs to be coddled.
There's a lot of truth to that. What would you tell Gabo I like?
Numbers. Numbers and
Do you like numbers?
Numbers.
Audits?
Reports. Yeah.
I love audits.
Yeah. And ASU.
Advice, on ASU football, basketball, anything ASU. Advice to all the young reporters out there as you're getting started. Audits are so interesting. It's the state telling on itself.
Yeah.
That's so cool about the Auditor General, is we as taxpayers have instituted a whole body of people that its full-time job is to go in and investigate the nitty-gritty of these departments.
You'll make your producers
and
happy.
then make a report to the public saying this is how this part of the government is failing right now, and then we get to go out and tell you all about it.
But make it interesting, otherwise we'll fall asleep.
A lot of government is deeply boring, but I love audits and taxes and all of that good fun. Something that I promise will not be boring. Our switch to this. Oh, are we there? We're back here again. We're back here again. There we go. There we go. All right, and I'll take those off right now. Jasmine, it's been great. Thank you. All right, so I promised this wouldn't be boring, so let's not make it boring, okay? We're going to go out here. This is the show before the show. It's a show, but it's also before the 4 p.m. show, which will be over on Fox 10. You can watch it online, all of the places that you watch us typically on Fox 10. But we like to just kind of give you a little preview of what we got going on during the newscast today. We talked to our reporters, we talked to our anchors, we talked to our weather people, get a look at some of the big stories, but also maybe some of the stories that you might miss later on in the newscast that you shouldn't miss. You've got to watch the whole newscast. That's on you right now. Levi, thank you for getting the door for me there. I appreciate you. So this is the atrium we're walking through. It is a deeply long walk to the newsroom. And Joe Tillman, who is holding the camera right now, our wonderful award-winning photojournalist. You like that award-winning, right? He is walking backwards as we do this, and Joe has scolded me almost every single time we've done this that I walk too fast. So Joe, am I walking too fast? Perfect today. Okay, look at that. He came right before we got on air on this and said, make sure you do not walk too fast on this. We have our wonderful weekly victim of Ashley here. I'm going to bypass you, Ashley. You're in luck. You don't have to talk to us today. We're going to start with Justin here. Justin Lum, our investigator. How you doing?
I'm good. Happy, what is it? Is it Wednesday yet? Thursday?
It's Tuesday. I'm so sorry.
Good to see you.
You as well. What are you working on today?
So coming up at 9, we have another follow-up on the tragic case of 16-year-old Zariah Dodd. She was pregnant, nearly 6 months pregnant. She walked out of a surprise group home on the night of July 4th. Several hours later, she was found shot to death at Maryview Park in Phoenix. A tragic story. And so we're looking into numbers from the Department of Child Safety, how many kids are actually missing out of state custody. And I can tell you right now, there are dozens who have specifically ran away from group homes. And the timeliness of this, we actually got new charging documents in regards to the suspects in her murder. 36-year-old Jarrell Davis, the father of her unborn child. This guy has a past. He actually pleaded guilty to child abuse back in 2008 for impregnating a 14-year-old. There's another suspect in this case. You're looking at 18-year-old Jacree James Gillette. But in these new charging documents, now it's just confirmed that there are 2 counts of first-degree murder for each suspect because you're also counting the unborn child. There are charges of conspiracy. There's sexual misconduct with a minor for Jarrell Davis. And interestingly, we found out now that it goes as far back as December 10th, 2023, the allegations of sexual misconduct for this man right here. She turned 15 at the time. She was a 15-year-old. He was maybe 34, 35. So it's a tragic case, and we're just trying to uncover as much as we can on Zariah and keep her name out there.
This is why we're so happy to have you in our newsroom, part of our team, but also leading our investigative effort here, because this is a story that, comes out as a press release, here's some information like that, but then you spend the time digging into this and you find out this whole web of all of this that's going on behind the scenes. There's a lot more to this than just that initial press release, right?
It's a team effort, and shout out to our special projects executive producer, George Obi, right here. We've got all our documents laid out, but it's a team effort, and we knew that this was a dead girl found at a Phoenix park. Initially described, it was a Saturday morning, described as a woman in her 20s. It took nearly a month to get the identification out. We had already been talking to family members to identify her. The incident report numbers matched up. We knew it was her. Phoenix police announced her name and her actual age last Thursday. The arrests were announced last Friday. And we've also found out that this man, Jarrell Davis, there's a new case submitted against him by Avondale PD accusing him of sexual misconduct with a 17-year-old who was missing and found with him when he was arrested. So another girl, totally unrelated, but it just shows that, it's a dangerous world out there, and this is a tragic case, and we're learning more about the system and what happens when a kid runs away from a group home, what efforts go into finding that child.
Yeah, I mean, the state is charged with the protection of a child.
Yeah.
And then they lose track of a child in a situation like this.
Much harder to find them than someone who's living in a home with their family members. And, right away, there's, calls to the news station, calls to police. In this case, we know she left at 8 o'clock that night, July 4th. It took about 4 hours when they considered her runaway to call surprise police. But by the time it was 6 a.m. the next morning, she was found shot to death.
Justin, thank you for what you're doing, all the reporting, the information. There'll be a lot to watch. 9 o'clock's the report?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate you. All right, so that's Justin Lum's desk. Let's switch over here to a desk that I think a lot of people will be interested in seeing. This is the John Hook's desk. How you doing, John?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Tell me about your desk here, your setup.
I've got my picture with Obama in the White House. That was 2011 when he was getting ready for re-election. The kids, when the twin boys were born.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just a few weeks after. Gina, the lovely Gina, who's the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
I call her the CEO and I'm the CFO.
Yeah. And then there's a photo over there too that needs no.
There's McKenna, our daughter. Oh, you didn't see that. Oh, you mean this?
I meant the ASU one right there.
Yeah. Oh, this. One of my prized possessions. They blocked 2 field goals in that game. Do you remember that?
I do.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
That was
Great
so
stuff.
Good.
So
that was Brooks, right? Brooks.
I remember it was Zendejas who got the a really cool interview, right?
Yeah, Nancy Wilson from Heart.
I saw
The stuff off Dreamboat. All I want to do is make love to you, these dreams, Magic Man, crazy on you. I mean, it goes on and on.
huge hits and everything. What's she up to right now?
They're touring, and they're going to play Prescott Valley a week from Saturday.
Awesome.
Todd Rundgren opening.
Did you learn anything cool talking to her?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a musician, so for me, talking to her about songwriting was super cool. And she said most of the songs start off typically as a snippet.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a little riff that kind of gets the ball rolling. Mm-hmm. And then she does do writing weekends with she and Ann, her sister. Her sister's an incredible singer. And then their co-writer. And they go out to like Malibu, rent a beach house, and they sit down and write for 5 days.
Oh, that's
so they try to, to get songs written. But it'll be on Newsmaker this Saturday.
This Saturday that airs.
Yeah, it's the whole show.
Fantastic.
I mean, if you're into music, if you're into heart, if you're into kind of behind the scenes of rock and roll, it's going to be pretty cool.
Awesome. John, thank you so much. Look forward to that. That's so cool.
Joey. Bye.
And, one of the things I absolutely love about John Hook's Newsmaker is the type of guests they get. It's just, it goes all over the place. I mean, one week they're talking about the border and going in depth on that. The next week they're talking to like an alien expert about UFOs and things like that. And then the week after that, they'll be going and talking to the lead singer for Heart as they're going on tour. I just love that. All right, going into the studio right now, because guys, we got to get real for a second. It is going to be 100 bajillion degrees on Thursday. Is that Erica, is that the correct term, 100 bajillion?
Yes, that sounds correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't even know how to comprehend this.
Well, it's definitely one of our hottest temperatures of the summer so far. We've only hit 116, 117, 118 each one time. So we're kind of getting up there, but not the worst. We haven't, at least we're not breaking through the 120s like we did last year.
Well, that's the thing is when we look at this has actually been an awesome summer so far.
So it definitely seems that way, but it's all relative because the past 4 years were the hottest that we've ever seen. up to this date. So
Great.
yes, and so far, July, we talked about, we saw some cooler temperatures in July, but it was because we had, some 90s, and last year in 2023 were way, way hotter, but it was still our 9th warmest July on record of 130 years.
That just feels better than most warmest.
I know. So, I mean, it's absolutely relative, but it's going to be hot these next couple of days. And we've been seeing some rescues out there, people in critical condition. And all we can really do is just say, stay off the mountains, stay off the trails, because it's just terribly hot.
It's so sad how many people just don't heed that warning and take it upon themselves and get into tough situations. Hopefully they'll all be okay. Put this in perspective for me, though. Give me good news. Is this it? Is this the high point the whole rest of the year? Is this the worst week and we're good?
We typically see record heat through the end of August, so we could still hit those 110s, 115s, I'd say, through the end of this month. We're going to cool down next week.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I know. I'm like, we are going to cool down next week.
Okay.
And temperatures are going to be a little bit closer to normal, which is 105. So, it's going to get better.
Sometimes when you get the high temperatures, the joy of it is that you do get the monsoon activity. Yeah. It seems like there's none of that this time, though, right?
No, we've been really dry. New Mexico has been getting the monsoon this year. So all that moisture's just stayed a little bit to the east of us. And we do, it looks like, have a surge of moisture maybe by next weekend. So, I mean, the mountain...
Is that breaking news right there? That felt great to hear.
Well, we have to make sure that actually pans out. It's still a little bit far in the future to say anything with total confidence, but we have daily storms in the mountains through this weekend, the weekend looking kind of wet up in the high terrain. And then next week, we could end up seeing kind of late week a surge in moisture. So we'll see.
What's your forecasted high for tomorrow and Thursday?
Tomorrow is going to be 116 and Thursday 117.
And you know what's interesting about that? Since those 2 days showed up on the 10-day, for the entire last week and a half, those have stayed pretty true at 116, 117.
I know. Yeah. I mean, we just have this really strong area of high pressure. It's going to be at its peak right over Arizona and New Mexico Wednesday, Thursday. So with that, we are going to be able to see those hottest temperatures. And I mean, these are record temperatures that we're talking. So we're at the top of the board. It really can't get much hotter than that.
Erica, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate delivering the bad news. You deliver it very well. We appreciate you. All right. Thanks for joining us for the show before the show. We will see you.